What is up, guys? It is your girl Renny, and today I'm here with... Let me try that again. What it would be like if I could have her here with me today. Make those plans, guys. You know the people in your life that you love so much, but you never seem to get to meet up with? Well, hey, this is your reminder. These past couple months are your reminder that when everything is back to the new type of normal we'll be living, to make those plans, to see those people, and to hug them real freaking close and tight. Today, I'm going to be doing a video with, well, she's not here. But I will be collaborating with my elementary school. Elementary school is like 3rd grade, right? Yes, my elementary school guidance counselor. I'm 20 years old. We have known each other for some time now. She is one of the greatest people I have ever met. So pure, so loving, so sweet, bubbly, and happy, but it's genuine always, and you can hear it through her voice notes, which is how we will be doing this. I had her send me a bunch of voice notes. You don't even know what the voice notes are about. Jeez, I'm everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. I'm just so excited. I asked Mrs. Hamada, I call her Mrs. Hamada, her name is Lisa, Lisa Hamada. I asked her to be a part of this video and if I could ask her questions about how to cope during this hard time. I can't stop my dog from eating the bone on the bed. He's super cute, and if you could see him, it would be way less annoying. Actually, I have a mic. Hold on. Okay. And we're back, hopefully with better audio too. Alrighty. This is how dysfunctional my channel is, and I don't think it'll change anytime soon. So the other day, I was thinking about how I want to bring some information to you guys. Although I want to be that alleviating comedic relief, you know, I'm not that funny. If you're just turning me on to put away your laundry or, I don't know, eat a snack too, whatever it may be, I love my vlogs, but I also want to share people's stories. I want to get people on here who have far greater knowledge in topics that I'm passionate about, like today's topic, how to cope during these crazy and confusing time. Most of you probably know that I deal with a lot when it comes to up here, and I have been struggling during this time. I will say I have, but not as bad as I feel like some people out there are. And I wanted to ask Mrs. Hamada a couple questions so she could just shed light on what you can do if you're in a different place than me. The only way I can explain my experience mentally right now is that the good days are great and the bad days are horrible. So I thought it would be great to ask her a couple of questions and see how she's coping and how we can cope a little bit better ourselves. Before we get started with the questions, I asked Mrs. Hamada to give me just, I don't know if it's weird that I still call her Mrs. Hamada. I don't think I'll ever stop. Okay, let's continue. I asked Mrs. Hamada to give us a little bit of an introduction to herself.
My name is Lisa Hamada. I have been a school counselor in Queens, New York for over 20 years. I am a licensed mental health counselor here in Northport, Long Island, New York for several years as well. I work with children, I work with adolescents, I work with teenagers, families, couples, individuals, you name it, I'm working with them. I have a very straightforward, no-nonsense approach. I feel like people need to recognize what it is they want to work on in terms of accountability, set some goals, and make it happen. And sometimes we just need a cheerleader. Sometimes we just need a coach. Sometimes we just need a person to help direct us through those times and figure out what it is that we need. And I try to be that person for people.
So, how are you feeling?
Today I am feeling happy. It's sunny out. It's a beautiful day. I went for a walk with my friend. So today's a great day. My feelings overall with the virus, I think they come and they go. Some days I'm overwhelmed. Some days I'm stressed out. Some days I'm irritated by my kids. But then I have other days where I'm extremely thankful everybody's healthy. And I'm sad too. I think about everything that everyone's going through and all of the loss. So it's been tough. But I think overall, I just try to be thankful.
Being a mom of 3 young boys, what would you say to all the parents out there struggling?
So my advice for parents, I would say, I got a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And during this whole thing, you definitely have to sort through what's important, what matters, what doesn't, what to get stressed about, and try to separate yourself when needed, just because there's so much on top of each other time that you really do need to do the things that make you feel good about yourself. And whether it's seeing or talking or walking with friends, making sure that you carve in time for yourself, exercise for sure, because kids can be annoying. And when you're home and you have to be their teacher and their parent, it's very difficult. So just pace yourself, give yourself breaks, eat good, exercise, take care of yourself. That's what I would say.
Have you continued to see your clients?
I am continuing to see my clients. Some of them that I consider at risk, I will meet at the local park, sit at a picnic bench about 6 feet apart, social distance. So it's face-to-face contact, which I think they need. Others of my clients, I'm doing Zoom teletherapy. And some I have not been seeing. I really kind of left it up to the client if they wanted to continue therapy or they wanted to wait it out. And for the most part, it's going well. I would say it's the number of clients that I'm seeing has decreased, but I'm still continuing to see people overall.
During this time, how would someone go about finding a therapist?
So if somebody is interested in seeing a therapist, there's a few ways to go about it. But one of the ones that I recommend is speaking to a friend, family member, somebody that you know, that you're comfortable with. And perhaps they may have a referral. Knowing somebody that sees somebody and knowing that that person is good is always a good way to start. Also, Psychology Today, if you put in your zip code, you can basically search all different types of therapists and psychologists. Also, Zen Care is a new one that you can also search for therapists and psychologists and read profiles about them and find somebody that you think is going to meet your needs. I think all 3 of those things are a good start.
What are some free resources that are available right now?
I was recently trained on New York State's mental health emotional support hotline. And I do recommend that service because it is free. And anybody that's going through a hard time can call 1-844-863-9314. And it's all licensed practitioners in the field of mental health that are there to talk to you if you're having a hard time or to provide resources. But once again, it's totally free and they're able to kind of direct you based on the needs that you present.
What can you do to cool down from a panic attack if you're stuck in a big city-like environment?
Panic attacks are typically triggered by something we may not be aware of. So when I talk about panic attacks, I always like to say you have to try to figure out what's happening beforehand, what's the antecedent that's causing the anxiety to peak. Because it can be prevented or at least minimized if we try to get to the panic attack before the light switch gets flicked on. Once it's flicked on and it's intense, there's really no way of stopping it. During those intense moments, some DBT techniques in terms of dialectical behavioral therapy strategies, could include holding on to ice or running your wrists under some cold water or putting your face in some cold water, muscle relaxation, tensing your muscles, releasing your muscles. And of course, like the most important one is breathing, trying to focus on your breathing and just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth with multiple breathing styles, whether you want to do the figure 8 or the square breathing. But the idea behind it is to try to take control over what's going on through breathing, because a panic attack is going to come and it's going to go. But when you're going through it, it feels like it lasts forever. So just this idea of trying to be a little bit more mindful of what your triggers are is helpful to prevent a panic attack from feeling so strong that you can't address it. I just want to say one more thing about like a panic attack. Cognitive behavioral therapy really focuses on something called self-talk. So it's the things that you say to yourself that are either going to calm you down or the things that you say to yourself that are going to make it worse. So if you have a panic attack and you start using negative self-talk like, oh my God, I'm going to die, that's going to increase the feelings and it's going to make it worse. If you use self-talk and say, everything's fine, I'm safe, it's going to be okay, which is considered more of a positive self-talk, you kind of help to coach yourself through it. So self-talk is huge when it comes to anything in life because sometimes our mind and our worry and our anxiety tends to go to the negative. So it's important to use our self-talk to kind of talk ourselves through it. And also when we recognize that we're having a thought and maybe the thought is irrational, that we try to put things into perspective and we try to say, you know what, is it really that or is it more like this? Sometimes we just need to talk through our thoughts and we need to recognize when it's getting carried away and we need to set ourselves straight. So that's important too.
Before I let you go, what is one really important thing to remember right now?
I think the most important thing to remember during any time of uncertainty is that this too is going to pass and that we may not understand what's going on now, but there is a bigger picture and we will be stronger and we will be more resilient for getting through it all together. It's important that you stay connected. It's important that you lean on other people, get support from other people. It's an isolating time and it can be a dark time if you don't reach out and let people know if you need help. And it's okay to need help. And if there's not a family or a friend that you can reach out to, there are support lines that you can reach out to because we're human. And by human nature, we need to be connected. And that's part of what makes our species so special. So just make sure if you need somebody that you reach out.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it. It truly was something that I thought of and then just got really passionate about really quick. So I hope the message resonates. I hope this helps someone out there. And if it doesn't help you necessarily and you know someone who might need to hear what she has to say, please share this link. Please, please, please. All you have to do is show someone you care, especially someone who might be alone during this time, and it would make the world of a difference. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
What are you doing? Oh, you're back in.
It's a video.
You're back in, huh? Are you coming down? You want to go hang out for a little bit? You got a few minutes? Hello! How are you? How's it going? You okay?
How are you?
Good.
She helped me through times where I thought I would die. And I owe her so much, and every time she says she's proud of me, I always want to say, well, I wouldn't have been here without you, because it's true. So if you haven't heard it in a while, Mrs. Hamada, I would not be here without you.